Yo, yo, check, check. Is this thing wrong? Is this thing working? All right, what's going on, everyone? Hopefully, everyone had a great, long weekend. It's always nice to get our heads out of the market for a little bit. I wonder if the stock market does go 24/7, if there's going to be market holidays, or if it's just going to be like there's going to be no more Memorial Day, long weekends, or anything like that. It's me, like a fart, like you've never missed. That's funny. Good morning, guys. What's up? T+1. Yes, today is the start of the T+1 day. So cash account traders, where is my glasses? I don't have my special glasses, but I have to go find those. Yeah, today is the start of the T+1. So for all cash account traders, you can trade your full account balance and have the full account balance available for you the next day to trade. That is juicy. That is revolutionary. So cash account traders will have more cash to capture some opportunity in the market, which is great. So the good thing is, theoretically, if you take all the cash account traders out there, they now have double the buying power, pretty much, since they don't have to split their account into two. And if you add up all those cash account traders, like how much more money is now going to be able to be trading. Theoretically, it should give some more volume, some more liquidity, and all that jazz. Trying so hard not to give up on this trading thing. Yeah, man, it's tough. It is tough. It's not easy. It's never easy, even when you're profitable. The challenge is still there. Even when you get profitable. I would just say, just ensure that you can stay in the game for as long as you can. Don't blow up your account if you're still learning. It's like the number one thing. It's like, don't blow your account before you've given yourself enough time to learn. There's always things you can do, people you can reach out to, courses, archives, resources, YouTube videos. It's always things to do to improve your trading. So do everything that you can to give yourself the best chance. All right, so let's go down the scan here. We'll go through the scan. So first up, leading gapper, up 212%. STSS. STSS. Let's take a look here at the news. Looks like I don't see any news on the stock, but that's okay. We have been seeing runners that have been making some decent moves without any catalyst. And this is a penny stock. And what we know is the past few weeks, these penny stocks have been flipping 500%, 600%, going from 10 cents. Lucy went from, what, 10 cents, 17 cents, up to $1.14. That's a crazy percentage move. That's 566%. So knowing that, Doug Farrell, just subscribe. Dragonfire, just subscribe. Awesome. It's great to have you part of the community. But yeah, so we have been getting these crazy penny stock moves. And so what we know about that is we can kind of anticipate, traders are going to kind of anticipate what's the next one? What's the next stock that's going to have this type of criteria that we had on Lucy? And if I can find that, then maybe I'll be on to a winner for the day. So that could be STSS. It's already up 220%. So it's already, I would say, made a majority of its move. Even if it does go up another 200%, it'll be up 420%. So that'll start to be trading around where Lucy was at. So, maybe we have another 100% or 200% into it, since Lucy did go 566%. So maybe STSS, if it can perform anything like Lucy, maybe we could still have some more meat on the bone here at the open, maybe a move up to $1. But, decent volume. The float, you can take a look here at the float. Yeah, so I'm not using Momo Pro. I'm just using the Thinkorswim scanner. If you want to learn how I set up the Thinkorswim scanner, there is a video on that that I did, how I set up my pre-market scanner and my market open scanner. So STSS, 14 million share float. We said there's no catalyst, but we're holding up our levels, which is good. So as far as the pre-market chart, I like it because we're holding up previous levels. So we, yesterday ripped up to about 55. At 4 a.m. we gapped up to 56 or 57, held the low, higher low, and curled up all the way up to 84 cents, pulling back and holding that previous level that we had at 56, 57, somewhere in this area. So, that gives you a little bit of confidence that the sport is holding, and we could potentially see another curl. So let's take a look here now on the daily chart on STSS. We can take a look at the EMAs, 200 EMA. So 200 EMA on the daily is 46 cents. So we're up above that, which is good. That could actually come in as support on backside when we do start to go backside. Let's see here. As far as other levels, we're up to what, 80? We topped out at 80, 84. All right, so it looks like we'll probably have a level here up at 90s. And then, of course, our psychological level of $1. $1 is always a major level, no matter if there's a support there or not, because it's psychological. A penny stock flipping over to a stock over $1 is huge. That's why you'll see when you see the break of $1, it usually pops up to 3, 4, 5 cents. 5 cents on $1 a share. That's 5%. That's pretty decent. And you do change from the penny stock with like the 3 decimal points to after it goes over $1, it turns to 2 decimal points. So the range starts to open up a little bit. But yeah, so I think if we break $1, I'll put one more level here at 10, break $1, I'd say 115 or so. That would be my next level. I'd be very surprised if we break $1 and continue higher. We might see the break $1 like we did on Lucy and then a fade. So that's also something to keep in mind as well, because Lucy could not hold over $1. Okay, next we have PEGY. PEGY, another one. However, this one has a larger float. Looks like 95 million shares outstanding. We can take a look here at the float to see if the float is much different than the outstanding shares. Pineapple Energy Company. See ownership. Okay, so it looks like yeah, 94 million shares float. It's just pretty big. Even though we're a penny stock, it's still pretty big. Lucy was a lot smaller float. I actually want to get in perspective what the float was on Lucy. What's going on, guys? Yeah, I want to see what the float here was on Lucy to see if it was a little bit bigger. Nah, see, Lucy was an 8 million share float. So, you know, Peggy's going to have a little bit of a harder time making a similar move. But let's see if we have news on it. Yeah, no news on Peggy. I don't think this is going to be the one. If I had to put a bet, I don't think this is going to be the one. We do have an opening here. We do have room maybe up to about 46 cents. Maybe we grind up slowly over time to 45, 46 cents to fill the gap. But do I think this is going to $1? I do not think so. I would say it's like the chances of that is below 50%. Just because of the float. Now if they do a reverse split, 10-to-1 reverse split, it goes from a 95 million share float to a 9.5 million share float, and then now we're talking business. But yeah, with what it's at right now, I don't think it's going to be the one. Next one, POAI. This one, low float, 4 million shares outstanding. Let's take a look if there is. Yeah, Lucy as well. It could be a day 2 as well. So let's take a look at that as well after this. Okay, so Predictive Oncology, POAI, announces results from ovarian cancer. That's great. Ovarian cancer, you know, a lot of people know cancer catalysts can be pretty decent with these low floats. So announced results of the study with UPMC, which is a pretty major medical is that like a medical company, Maggie Women's Hospital, to be presented at the 2024 American Society of Clinical Oncology annual meeting. It's a pretty decent catalyst. I wouldn't be surprised if POAI is the one today, but there's definitely a lot of contenders. So, and what we know is if there's a lot of stocks that are kind of popping up, you know, traders may not know which one to focus on with dispersed attention. So it may take some time for the attention to kind of narrow in on one for it to take the lead. So POAI has a decent chance of being the main focus for today. It's up 46%. So it may, you know, it's still early in the move. If this is the one, it's still early in the move. So if we can break this previous support level, which now acts as resistance, we can make a move up to 3, psychological level, break 3, and now we're moving up to, you know, previous highs that we couldn't break over. So here we tried to break over 60, 66, 67, and we couldn't hold these levels and rejected. So if we can, you know, reclaim these levels of 66, then we can look at, you know, now a move through this previous high up to 4. Let's take a look now at the daily. We're gonna have another level here at 408. So pretty decent chart actually. Actually, I kind of like it. We're at what, 2? We topped out at 280. So we topped out over the 200 we topped out at the 200. So the 200 EMA, I actually have, let me pull this up. So this is on my side chart. This is just my 5-minute chart and my my daily chart. So this is the 200 EMA here. So it says 281. So it looks like the pre-market chart exactly lined up with the 200 EMA. This is why it's important to have the 200 EMA, because traders, a lot of traders use it. So, the stock does respect the 200 EMA a lot of the times because traders use it. So, it's good to have, that on your side chart so you can refer to that. But yeah, we topped out right at 280, right below the 200 EMA. So what I can expect is maybe we see that pullback, which is what we're seeing right now in the pre-market chart. We're seeing that pullback after it hit resistance, finding support, and then maybe we can rip through the 200 EMA with some volume, and then we can start to see the move through 350, up to 4. Maybe that could be the move. But we obviously have to break the 200 EMA. When 200 EMA can be some serious resistance. So we're going to need to break that strongly. So I think POAI is a pretty decent chance. Anyone who's short, I would say, they're going to probably want to start taking profits if they're in the green. And any late shorts that have gotten in, maybe between 3 and 4 in this range, they could be the fuel for the move, up through 415. So we'll see if POAI is the one. It really depends if volume comes in on this one. We got 51 viewers. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Let's drop a like here on the live stream. Support the live stream. And if you're new, consider subscribing. We got about 10 minutes here to the open. Let's get dialed in. Stay calm, cool, and collected. OBLG, another one that's now popping up on the scan. OBLG, 20 million float, pretty decent. Okay volume. Okay volume, a little bit lighter here, but we had some decent volume here early in the morning. I don't see any news on it. It's about 15, 20 million share float. 20 million share float outstanding, so it's got to be lower than that. I don't know. If this one does break VWAP with some volume, then maybe I'll take a look at it. But right now it's not really my main watch. OPTT. Someone said XCur had volume, so let me take a look at that. XCur. I don't see any news on it. Volume is fading pretty hard. I don't like this one. OPTT. Adam James, be very careful with OBLG. They like to pump and dilute. Yeah, pretty much all penny stocks, small caps like to pump and dilute. So, it's just a general rule of thumb with these small cap stocks is like long hold times. I'd say over 1 day. You're going to start to get into territory where you could potentially be at a higher risk of getting caught in an offering or in a dilution. So, small caps, are always, inherent risk with the dilution because they're crappy companies and they need to raise money to keep the business open, to keep investing, to grow. So it's always a risk with these crappy companies with getting caught in the dilution. But that's why we day trade. That's why we have, short hold times. We're looking to capture the momentum and be out before the end of the day, and hopefully, avoid getting caught in any offerings or dilution. Let's see, anything else here on the scan? We start to get pretty low on the scanners. Yeah, once you get pretty low on the scanner, it's not really worth the look at. STSS, what was STSS again? We did look at this one first. Let me see. Yeah, we're still holding these levels, which is decent. I'll put an alert here at 777. If you can break over this pivot, maybe we can see a move for the high. So in case I'm not looking at this one at the time, we break out of this pivot, at least I'll get alerted. PEGY, I think PEGY, this one was a large float. So I think POAI and STSS are going to be my main watch. If we can break over POAI and hold, I'll definitely be interested. But I think right at the open, I'm going to look at STSS because we're over VWAP. We have really decent volume here versus POAI. Volume's a little bit lighter. So it may take a couple minutes for POAI to start to make a move. But usually the volume leader pre-market tends to be like the opening, has a high chance of having that opening, 1 minute candle volume, and then also, potential opening surge or the opening dip and rip. INSM, David Kelly says INSM. Let's take a look. Yeah, this one, I don't like it. But anyone who was lucky enough to buy yesterday and now is up 100% on their money, goddamn. I bet you Nancy Pelosi got this one. It's easy money for her. But yeah, let's see. I don't see any news on. Okay, I do see. Traders cautious ahead of Friday. I don't think this is going to be like a momentum trade, but I just want to take a look at the news. Company announced top-line results from Aspen Phase 3 study met in its primary endpoint. Interesting. This must be a larger float. This one must be a larger float because it didn't really have, it's not really having any really price action or tradable price action. It's not even on my scanner. Yeah, it's up. Yeah, it's up what, like, it's up 128%. It's not on my scanner. So the float has to be more than, the float has to be more than 100 million. Because my scanner only scans for stocks under 100 million. So anything over 100 million, I don't really even need to. Yeah, so yeah, Chad's asking a question. Did I put the 200 daily EMA in your 5-minute chart or I misunderstood you? Yeah, so the 200 EMA I only have on my daily chart and my 180-day chart, the 4-hour chart. So this is the 4-hour chart, and I always just flip through instead of having two separate ones. I just flip through. I'll just go in here and go to 180 day, and then I'll flip to like 1 day, 1 year, 1 day, instead of having two separate charts just to save space. But yeah, the 200 EMA tends to be respected on the daily the most, but it also, you can find it does respect a little bit on the 4-hour chart as well. At least that's what I find. Up here, this is my 5-minute chart. So this one also has my 9 EMA and my 20 EMA, similar to what I have here in my 1-minute chart. 5-minute chart also does respect the 9 EMA sometimes as well. So that's why I also have the 9 EMA there. And that's how I glance over at the 5-minute chart to look for the 5-minute pullback. For the 5-minute pullback setups. And then I keep an eye on my 1-minute chart for the 1-minute setups. And even, if I do see a 5-minute setup, I still look at the 1 minute to enter, because for the 5-minute setup, you'll still get a 1-minute entry, if that makes sense. It'll still form a multi-time frame alignment. Most of the time. POAI is trying to go. Let's take a look. 3 minutes to the open. Now we're going to be wrapping it up. All right, POAI. I like this. A curl right before the open is a good sign. It's a good sign. This one has news. This is like one of the only ones with news, I think. Yeah. SDSS doesn't have news. Unless it was yesterday. Hold up. Let me take a look. Or Friday. Because it was moving after hours Friday. I don't see any news Friday either. Yeah, so STSS and POAI may watch. As you guys are tuning out, of the live stream. Drop a like on the stream, and hopefully we can pull out some green today. We'll stay calm, cool, and collected. Wait for the opportunity. Today could be a hot day, so if it's a hot day, don't be afraid to push a little bit if you do have a profitable strategy and if you're in the flow. But if you're struggling and you're trying to fight a losing battle, it's usually not worth it. It's best to wait for a better opportunity. So we'll see what happens today. I'll be ready for anything. If the stock market just goes sideways and we don't see anything for the rest of the day, I'm perfectly fine with that. I'm perfectly fine with break even. Perfectly fine with small red. And I'm obviously fine with green. Any sort of green. But what I'm not okay with is being down, 2 green days, 3 average green days, 4 average green days or more. Because that's bad risk management. That would be bad risk management. So we got about 2 minutes here. Good luck today. And I'll catch you guys on the recap. Peace out.